Ladies and gentlemen, this is JRTV. Come join me in this magnificent raga, Indian song and introspection. A moment to really look at, holy fuck, look at this, dude. You gotta be kidding me. To really look at success. Like, what's success? 15 points, alright? Here we go. Look at me, man. I'm raining, man. Success is the ability to decide what you want to succeed in and eliminate obstacles. You know, you might think that your objectives are difficult, but what's really difficult, okay, is actually the things that are interfering with you. A messy room. People who are just talking about miscellaneous or negative information, non-related to your goals. Even things. You would think that money and fun experiences and socialization was the end-all, or perhaps a great thing. But it's actually not, necessarily. It all depends on, as adults, we need to identify our lives. Is it a work life? Is it a hobby? Is it what you think the world needs? Would you do it even if you weren't paid to do it and just your basic needs were already met? Like, what is getting in the way of you fulfilling your destiny? Because that's really what it is. And my destiny is to be who I am, pure consciousness. So I do this light work that I do, right? And what that does is it allows me to, by the way, this is the old part of the road I was trying to show you guys the other day. It used to stretch through here, but you see, the magic of it, the magic of being free of outer situations, of being able to activate your three chakras, your basic needs. You know, success is about wanting to enjoy the riches that you create. It's not about hoping that other people do that for you. You know, you don't want somebody to buy you what I like to call, remember I was saying like as an adult, okay, we need, holy fuck, as an adult we need tools. Alright, we need to identify what tools we need to accomplish things. Sometimes you just need a laptop and a desk and no interruptions. You know, tools versus toys. Toys are anything that's non-related to your specific goals. Holy, look at us, motherfucker, man. Look at this, dude. Whoa! Did you guys see that? Woo! Alright, so we need to have, okay, so success, right? First you identify what you really want, and then you reverse engineer it. And in order to focus on that point, you see, the mind thinks in images, in visualizations. So it becomes necessary to visualize a point in time what you want to achieve. For example, in my DJing, I visualize a point. Let's say I'm in a particular place, city, venue, and then I visualize the maybe assistance or the, you know, hotel that I'm in preparing for my event, and people are coordinating things so that it goes well. You know, you have to visualize, and part of this visualization you can also add into it. See, success, I think my meditation of light work is a big part of it, because it's light. It pierces through the clouds, just like we're seeing here. It shines brightly. You imagine bright beams. Imagine people smiling, okay, in whatever the career or work situation it might be. You need to bring joy into your life, programming your mind to attract that. You're programming your own subconscious mind, rather than hoping that commercials or random societal cultural influences will affect you. You're creating your world, because we only have so much at a conscious level. Maybe it's 10%, maybe it's 50%, but the rest of it, guess what it's doing? It's in your mind, spinning around and around. Like when you think of an upset situation that you can think of, when you think of that angry situation, it can cycle in your mind. So in order to have control, once you have control of the mind, and you can do that by breathing. You can transcend addictive behaviors and just breathe by breathing. Breathing is the answer to emotional problems, and you need to be rational in order to succeed. Got to be focused. Can't be emotional. You get happy or angry, people can manipulate you. Whoever can make you angry can control you. But it's not actually them that's making you angry. It's actually a lack of breath and attention and an anxiousness and your adrenaline kicks in and so on. It tries to help you do things that are, superhuman, or revert to the very base fight or flight. But sometimes that doesn't serve us, especially in this day and age. But again, it does. And I want to talk about something else here. See, if you want to become wealthy, you can't be overexposing your successes. And by the way, a lot of that has to do with health and body, like physical body and the health of your skin. If you have really attractive skin, and you're healthy, what's gonna result is you might attract the wrong attention if you're showing too revealing of that. You might. Same goes with wealth. Of course you want to be. Of course you want to be rich, but if you're showing off that wealth, you're going to be attracting the wrong attention, increasing the expectation. If you're owning a company and you show up in a fancy car, then guess what's going to happen? There's going to be a certain expectation that you should be giving more. So need to be very respectful, just like some of the wealthiest out there. They're not flashing, costly fashion and jewels. They're not going for a car that they could afford. They're going discreetly and respectfully, and it's laws of the jungle, guys. It's giving people space when you're on the sidewalk. It's identifying and not just showing off. And even stuff like eating at an outside restaurant. What if a poor person goes by? We're dealing with laws of the jungle here. Right? This is like laws of the universe. It supersedes any societal, cultural norms. All right, this is, in fact, unmitigable laws. They cannot be messed with. Laws such as, if you're going to hurt animals in non-veganism related pursuits, and perhaps in unfair trade exchanges with products and services that you're consuming, then you're going to attract that into your life. It's energy, it's energetics. All right, let's talk about money now. Okay, so whether you're trying to invest in the stock market, or you're trying to invest in your own education or whatever, it's got to be something that you identify what your primary goal is. And it's okay to have a primary goal of money, especially if you have a limited income. You can't afford to be charitable. You have to be real. You have to be honest about what you have. However, all right. However, what you can do is identify, okay, you want to make money? Fine, find something that's profitable. And sometimes, like non-vegans, like we have to, if you're in a job where there's non-vegan practices going, say maybe you're helping to prepare food that's non-vegan, you work at a restaurant. Well, don't worry about it. It's only a problem if you're not actively seeking other work. Because you need to be talking to the universe. And I'm going to conclude with that. You need to tell the universe what you want by your actions and your saying. Say, hey universe, I want to know what to do next. And don't ask for money. There's something fucking better than asking for money. And that's asking for the opportunity and the right and the privilege to earn your way. The opportunities, you know, it has to do with making connections. It has to do with making a good reputation for yourself. And of course, charity. One thing I do is I hold small amounts of cash on hand. I might pass them out. The laws of the jungle, guys. You can't live a grand, rich life when the rest is suffering. This is unity consciousness. This is objective fucking reality. Okay? You can't, like, that's why I'm not in pursuit of that many luxuries at all, or like a vacation, or even such things as, you know, things you might not think of as conveniences, like pursuing romance in a marriage and pursuing the joy of child rearing. These are fun things, but we have a world to fix. We have people, all right? We have people in this world that we need to look out for. And I will not pursue these enjoyments until other, like, I can't, when, I mean, I operate as if somebody right next to me is, you know, a poor suffering person in the world. This is like next level, you know, transcending the physical realm. All right? It's operating as if you are every single person. And you know, there is no envy in this realm. How can you envy somebody? You know, somebody who's wealthy or has an attractive body, if they misuse what they have, okay, that they're suffering. You can't misuse something, manipulate people with your time and money and body. You can't do that, all right, and feel good. You know, people think that, oh, you can feel great, or that rich people are, no, you know, you can't, everyone is subject to the laws that govern this world. Laws of balance, laws of connectedness of everything, laws of, and by the way, people who are wealthy and they're employing a lot of people, you know, they're buying stuff, they're boosting the economy, and that may become an issue because they may not be boosting the local economy. For example, somebody buying a Mercedes instead of buying locally made products and services. You know, obviously if they're not living in Germany or whatever, but you know, it's an interesting world out there. It's a world which we need to think of. We need to think of what's going on out there. We need to be able to predict people, you know, and even if they're rude, just work with people, you know, with people, not for people. You're working with people. You may be working for a common goal or a common company, but you're not working for people. Never say that, because that puts you in the realm of somebody else as your authority. All right? Okay, let's migrate into this lane here. Okay, so yeah, right now we're going down main downtown Honolulu, and you know, you'll see bank buildings, you'll see all this stuff. People can't, like, people who work hard, they don't really have time to enjoy their wealth. They're focused on working, they're focused on making job opportunities for other people, And again, I will say this. Don't be upset and say, oh, this person's rude, or that you're working with. Either work with people or don't. Either it's like you either get more, like, what are you getting out of the you know, arrangement? What is being traded, right? So that's where you have to be considerate of. You know, just work with something until you have something better. See it as a science. Don't be upset at yourself. Don't be upset at others. You know, and sometimes it's about working through the end of the day. Standing up, typing, doing whatever you're doing. You know, working through the end of the day, even if there's a question of how much you'll be able to be paid, or whatever it may be. But yeah, I thank you for coming to join me here. We're looking at success, how people thrive, and remember, it's all about hierarchy of what you want. Like, I want health. That's my number one priority. I want to be able to live forever. So that's more important to me, and people might agree that it's more important that they get that wealth. You know. They whatever they want, you know, you got to think. And sometimes, you know, if you have family, or, you know, people you're obligated to, it becomes a danger, because you know, they're forced to be helpful to that person. You know, so they may have to end up doing things that they don't want to do. You know, with people they don't want to, because they are required to make money. So somebody like me, who has nothing to lose, is actually in a way more wealthy, because I'm able to do more of what I want. And that's the thing about responsibility. Forget the idea of money and fame, all right? It's all about responsibility. Do you want to take on the responsibilities of certain things? Do you want to take on the responsibility of a particular wealth, particular assets, or particular fame? And that sacrifices of having to think about a lot. Sometimes renting stuff is a lot easier and funner, you know, than having to think about, be burdened by all of this stuff, you know. Alright guys, thanks for joining me, and aloha.